Good morning, guys. It is day one for the Buzzwordathon, and it is 6:16 in the morning. I'm very tired, but I gotta go to work. So I have 2 books that I'm on the list to do today. You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone in the car, and I'm bringing How to Hang a Witch as my in-school read. Because as a sub, sometimes I'm extremely busy. Sometimes I do nothing for hours at a time, all depending on the class and what they're doing. So I'm planning ahead just in case that my class is going to have nothing to do. So I have my book ready to go, which I take a book with me every day when I go to work because, yeah, I almost always need one. So while I'm getting ready for school, I figured I would let you guys know that I'm bringing a book with me. Say hello, it's bright and early. So early it's not bright. And my camera won't stop having focus issues. Fun. I get to figure that one out soon too because it's been having focus issues for the last couple weeks and I don't know why. So yeah, I'm just packing up my bag now and I'm making some tea and then we'll be off. Hi guys, I'm being kind of lazy tonight. I don't feel very good. The flu's been going around our house and took my temperature today and it was in the 99s, which isn't high, but it's higher for me. And so I just feel like poop. All I wanted to do is sleep since I got home. But I got some reading done at school today during my prep period and while people were working, which in one class was not very much, but so I'm on my phone, like I said. So if the noise isn't volume, if the mic isn't working great or it looks a little bad, I'm so sorry. It's too much effort to get my camera. So on the way to and from school, I started listening to the audiobook for You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. And I'm on chapter 5, which is not very much, it's like 50 pages in. And it's got 2 different narrators, and I have to be honest, one of the narrators is terrible. So this book is about Adina and Tova, who are twin sisters, and their mom has Huntington's disease, and they have to wait till their 18th birthday to take the test to find out if they have it. So where I'm at in the book right now, they've taken the test and they're just waiting. Adina is a viola prodigy and Tova is a National Merit Scholar and she wants to be a surgeon and has all these big lofty science dreams, and it sounds great, but they're both kind of brats. And one of the narrators, Tova's narrator, is terrible. If you keep it at 1 speed, she talks way too slow, but if you turn it faster, when she does talk, it sounds like a little robot, but she still pauses for too long. And I wish people could work on their cadences when they're doing audiobooks. Adina's fine, and so it's just whoever narrates Tova. Is it weird that this is bothering me that's ripped? It came that way out of my book outlet order and it's been bugging the crap out of me. But so far I'm not sure what I think of it because both the characters kind of annoy me. And I've heard hit and miss things about it, and I don't know if it's going to be a book that I'm actually going to like, but I want to give it a fair shot. So I'm going to keep listening to it for now, much to my children's chagrin, because I drive them to work. I drive them to school and make them listen to it with me or put their own headphones on and, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, about 50 pages in. Not sure how I feel so far. But on an upside, I also started reading How to Hang a Witch, and I'm really, really liking it. So I am 105 pages in, and it's really good. So there's an author's note in the back. I don't know if I should have read the author's note first or waited until I finished the book, but I went ahead and I read it anyways. And her name is Mathers. Her last name is Mather. And apparently she's related to Cotton Mather. Cotton Mathers was one of the guys that was really spearheaded the Salem witch trials. And I thought it was really interesting that she actually named her character after herself, not first name, but her last name, made it so they're in the same family together, because she wanted her character to understand, she wanted to use her character as a way to explain how she felt when she was in Salem. So there's the author's note at the back. It says, Cotton Mathers was the 3rd generation of Mathers in America, and I am the 12th. I've known this since I was a kid, not because we have the same last name and he's in history books, but because my grandmother, Claire Mather, told me so. Graham walked me through the house, telling me stories of presidents, forbidden love, and inventions. I recognized my own eyes in my ancestors' paintings and appreciated their humor from their letters. History isn't some distant remembrance in my family, but it's a pulse. My relatives have done everything from fighting in the Revolutionary War to surviving the Titanic. They're a colorful and diverse group who definitely made their mark on American history, but cotton was always a point of controversy. Even when my father was a kid and studied the Salem witch trials in school, the other kids gave him a hard time for his last name. So she said that she came into, I mean, the author's note is like 3 pages long, which I've already read. And she's mentioned how part of researching her family in this book, she decided to go to Salem, and she walked into a bookstore and she gave the bookstore owner her last name to get the book that she put on hold. And she's like, ooh, Mathers. Well, that's not a very liked name around here. And she said that people kind of looked at her funny because she was related. She's a direct descendant from somebody who was really big in the witch trials, and not necessarily in a good way. And I think that brings such life to the story, because not only is she telling the story from a historical point of view, but she's telling it from a family point of view too. Her as, you know, what would have been like if she had grown up in Salem. She didn't grow up there. She just visited, and she happened to be staying in one of the hotels that was like really, really haunted and had all sorts of issues. And she didn't come in believing in ghosts, but she definitely left believing in ghosts. And so there's definitely a ghost in here, and she has all this controversy between her and the descendants of the witches, who actually go by the descendants, and they're very, you know, trying to prove that witchcraft is real and trying to hex people or just make them scared like they're going to be. But I found it really interesting. And I also love the fact that her next book is about the Titanic, because I've always been very fascinated with the Salem witch trials, and I've also been very fascinated with the Titanic. And I love that she is able to take histories from her actual family and make these stories. It just makes it that much better. And knowing that she has had a descendant who survived the Titanic makes me really excited to read that book too. And so far, I'm loving it. It's funny and it's interesting, and there's a lot of historical information in here. And she said that she did her best to make sure that most of the historical information was accurate. She did take a couple of creative licenses, but for the most part, it does follow history. There was some information about how the hanging fields that the witches got hung in was not exactly where they say it is, and that was part of the book. And she found an author that was suggesting that it was in a completely different location, and the character in the book is trying to figure out where that location is, and it was just interesting, and I'm liking it so far. And so I'm looking forward to reading more of it. But it's a little after 8, and even though I came home from work and took a nap, I'm still not feeling my best. So I am going to finish the video that I'm watching right now and uploading, and then I'm going to curl up with this book and get to reading, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, day 2 of the Buzzwordathon. I laid in bed and read for a while last night. I got to page 180 on how to hang a witch. I'm about halfway through now. According to Goodreads, I'm 49% of the way through. And it's coming with me to work again because I have a free period. as of right now, unless things change. I have a free period today, so I'll be able to read during my free period, if not during other classes, depending on what the kids are doing, because basically they're doing worksheets. I have the same class all week long, and the teacher just gave them a bunch of worksheets to do. So I just get them working, and then I'm not allowed to help because I never took physics. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook again today on the way to and from school, and we will see if I keep with it, because as of right now, the self-involved twerps in that book are annoying the crap out of me. So we will see if I actually continue listening to it. But here's your 6 a.m. Tuesday morning update. Bye. Yeah.
Chocolate, what? How you doing?
Hi guys, welcome to day 3. As you can tell, I just washed my hair, which I don't do very often. I do it a couple times a week, so this is my hair washing day. It is day 3. It's almost 6:30, so I gotta run downstairs and start my lunch for the day and get my breakfast made and everything packed up so we can get out of here in less than 10 minutes. But I wanted to give you a quick update. I finished How to Hang a Witch yesterday, and I really liked it. Of course, it gave me one of those messed up heads because it made me all teary at the end, which I don't know if it should or shouldn't, but it was, I don't know. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a very good book. I did figure out who the bad guy was. I had an inkling about 100 pages from the end that it might be somebody. And then as I'm reading through that last 100 pages, I was like, nope. And it shifted and it went to somebody else instead. And that was the person who actually did it. So I figured it out before she did, but not a ton before she did, but I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. So if you're good at mysteries, you're gonna figure it out a lot sooner than I did, because there was, all the clues were there. I just didn't see them until some of the clues started to come together, and then I was like, there it is. So anyways, yeah, I thought it was really good, and I really enjoyed knowing that she has a personal stake in it. So my next read is my Emery Lord one, When We Collided, and that's gonna be the next one I'm gonna try. I'm actually doing a buddy read with it with one of my viewers who I've been talking to over the last couple of days and really getting to enjoy talking to. And I'm still working on You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. I don't know how far I am into it. I haven't looked, but I don't like it. So I wanted to find out who had the Huntington's disease and who didn't, and now I know. And now I'm thinking that maybe I don't want to listen to it anymore, because it's all I wanted to listen to. The narrator is horrible and the characters are kind of one-dimensional and whiny, and I'm just not liking it. Ugh, but I feel bad DNFing it, and I don't know why I feel bad DNFing it. Maybe because it's about a more serious subject, but I don't know. So we'll see if I actually, if I get rid of that one, I will listen to What to Say Next. So I'm thinking about maybe trying that one out today and seeing if I like it better, and if I do, just DNFing You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. And I've heard things about it. I've heard that the subject matter is serious, but the book kind of sucks. And that's what I'm kind of figuring out for myself, is that I don't like the book. I don't like the characters. The characters are annoying as all get out, and they're extremely whiny. And I get it, what they're going through is heavy stuff, but they're 18 years old and they're acting like 5-year-olds. And that's the part that bothers me. And they're just kind of nasty characters. And something like this, I feel like you should care about your character, because it's, you know, you want to feel for them and their loss, and, you know, the one who has Huntington's, you want to feel for her, and the one who doesn't, you want her to support her sister. And I'm just like, I don't think I like it. All right, so that's my little mini update for this morning. Hopefully I'll give you another update tonight. I've been terrible at this. I've been giving morning updates, nothing else. But my clock says I need to go now. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys. It is almost 9:30 at night, and I just finished What to Say Next. And this book is just beautiful. I loved it so much. It's about this boy who has what was formerly known as Asperger's, but he's on the autism spectrum. And he doesn't want to admit to it. He wants to think that that's not him, that he's not, as he puts it, Aspie. And then this girl who's recovering from the death of her father, who got into a car accident. And it's about their journey, about them becoming friends, and David learning what it's like to be a friend, what it's like to take other people's emotions first, take other people's thoughts and feelings before his, to think outside his box. And for somebody who's got autism of any kind, sometimes that can be hard for them. Going outside their comfort zone is difficult. Thinking of others first is very difficult. Reading emotions, that kind of stuff, those are things that, at least from my understanding, is what are the common attributes of people with autism. I've only known a couple of kids that have had it, and they've always been really severe cases. His case is different. He's very smart, a very high achiever, but just doesn't understand the social side. And he has a family who loves him very much and tries to help him as much as they can. And a sister who's always guiding him through. And then you have the girl in the book, her name is Kit, and she's just heartbroken. She misses her dad and is heartbroken. And somehow these two come together and they have this amazing friendship. And of course, it's definitely not easygoing. It wouldn't be a book if it was. There's a lot of bumps in the road, but it's sweet and it's cute and it's heartwarming and gut-wrenching all at the same time. And it's definitely one of the harder hitting contemporaries. It's not a fluffy, sweet one, but at times it is. It's like that perfect mix. It's got something in it that makes it worth reading, but at the same time, it definitely has those sweet moments. Those times when you just are happy. And it's about a 300-page book. It's just shy of 300 pages. And I got through the whole thing today because it was just that great. And that's 2 for 2 so far as finishing books that I've just loved. I haven't gotten any more of You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone because A, the audiobook is terrible. Plus, I just don't like the girls. I kind of despise them. So I don't know if that is an official DNF or if that's just a DNF for now. I had every intention of reading When We Collided today, but I was so stuck on this one that I couldn't get past it. So I was gonna read this one. It was gonna be my audiobook to read in the car and take the place of You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. And When We Collided was gonna be read at school while I was during my free period and my lunch. But yeah, that didn't happen. I basically listened to this every chance I got. So I listened to it during my prep period. I listened to it during my lunch. I listened to it on the way home. I listened to it before Pat got home. I listened to it after he left. And I actually ended up reading like the last quarter of it while I was listening to it because I ran out of things to do while I was listening to the audiobook. So I just sat down and started reading it with it. And I think they did a really good job with it. I think there's just, I don't know. I really liked it. So that's my update for the night. It is still Wednesday. And yeah, I will see you at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. I don't think I'll have anything extra to tell you because I'm pretty sure I'm going to bed now, even though my husband and children are at home because they are working on a play. They're not the actors, they're the lighting and set management stuff. But they have been out till 9 o'clock at night all this week and I'm tired. And they should be home soon. Oh, sorry. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, so side note, I was filling out my planner with what I did today, the fact that I finished a book, rehearsal stuff, and then the mail that came in. And we had some book mail. Pat's wild card book finally came in. And then the thrift books that I was waiting for like 2 months. It was supposed to be here February 11th and it's now March 20th. Finally came in also. So yay, a little bit of book mail mixed in with my reading. Not that I can read any of these, and Pat's not ready for this one at the moment because he's in the middle of a different book. But he really enjoyed Warcross and is looking forward to this one. So now I have one more person to tell me to read Warcross. So I will talk to you guys again later. Bye. My last day at school for the week. All the kids are gone. And I just need to wait for the last class to get out so we can go home. I am reading When We Collide, and I am on chapter 11, about 133 pages in, and I'm liking it a lot. It's definitely interesting. So yeah, subbing duties for the week are almost done because there's no school tomorrow. Woohoo! Smile! Dinner. Hi guys, it's Friday and I didn't give you a real update yesterday. I gave you like mini updates, but not like real ones. And I look crazy because it's Friday and I don't have work today and it's 2:30 and I've been sleeping most of the day. My husband got me up at 5 o'clock this morning so I could get into work because I need the car to take my kids to their play rehearsal and actual play they're doing. We're gonna go see it tomorrow because there's 3 showings of it. But I have to take them well before Pat would get home from work. So, and we only have one car. So I had to get up and take him to work this morning. And then I came home and ate and then took a nap. And then I feel like I did more than that. Maybe I took 2 naps. I'm confused. I'm tired still. The only reason I'm awake right now is because they dropped his drone off and the postman like banged on the door really hard because they can't like leave it outside. Pat has insurance on his drone that he got for making Chief over the summer. On his birthday, we took it out and he was flying it around and taking pictures of the sunset and crashed it into a tree and it fell into the ocean. And so he is like slogging through thigh deep water looking for his drone. He finally finds it and then was able to ship it back to them, and because it's got salt water in it, they had to replace it. But he only gets like 2 of these, and normally you get the like free shipping and handling both directions, but because we're in Guam they say, oh, but you're not in the United States, and he's like, then why do we have a post office? And they argued for like literally 2 weeks about this because they kept saying you're not in the United States, and he kept saying, then why do I have a post office? What we don't have though is UPS. And so he's like, you can't send it by UPS. You can send it by the post office, you can send it by DHL or FedEx, but you can't send it by UPS because it will take a month to get here because we don't have one. Oh, the joys. Anyways, they came banging on the door and woke me up. I am so tired still, but I have to leave to take the kids to school in about an hour. We have to leave. It's almost 2:30 and we have to leave just after 3. So I guess I'm not going back to sleep. But you didn't get a real update yesterday, so I'm giving you my real update now. So my 3rd book is When We Collided. And this one is about a girl with a mental disorder, but you don't know exactly what the disorder is until about halfway through the book. You have your guesses, and your guesses are probably right because it's pretty obvious what it is. I am reading it with one of my viewers, and I think she actually has a YouTube channel. I just need to go look because she mentioned something about doing a vlog. So I was like, if she's doing a vlog, that means she probably has a channel. So I'm gonna need to go find out. But she's reading it with me, and I'm on chapter 17 and she's on chapter 13. Or she just finished chapter 13. I can't remember. But either way, she's a couple of chapters behind me. And I'm liking the book a lot. The book is about Vivi, who has a mental disorder. Like I said, you don't find out until halfway through what exactly it is. And if I'd given you a proper update, I could have hypothesized what it was and shown you that I was at least partially true. I still think there's something else going on because she's supposed to be taking 2 different medications, and one of them she's been throwing into the ocean since the beginning of the book. And she did mention she's taking the other one, but she's just one of the medications that she's not taking. And that's how the book starts. Is literally the book starts with her carving her initials into a tree, because she wants to mark everywhere she's been. So whenever she has a good time or she really loves something, she writes Vivi was here on it. Whether or not it's a tree or in the sand at the beach or a headboard. Anyways, she was doing that. She was marking a tree when the book first started, and then she goes to the ocean and she chucks a pill into it, and then goes off and goes to work. She's in this little tiny town. I can't think of the name. Something Cove, Rona Cove, or something like that. It's this little tiny town in California, and she's there for the whole summer. And she managed to get herself a summer job while she's there, and she managed to meet Jonah. Jonah is 16, 17, something like that, and he is the 3rd of 6 children. His dad has just died, and his mom has lost her crap. So his mom is held up in her room and won't come out. And the 3 older kids are taking care of the 3 little ones, because the little ones are 5, 8, and 10, and the older ones I know he's 16 or 17, and then his brother is he's just graduated, is supposed to go to college, so I'm assuming he's 18, and his other sister is already at college, so she's probably 19 or 20. They don't say exactly how old everybody is, they just talk about him. They don't even say him, they describe him as being 16 or 17. So I'm a little confused. But he's Vivi's age, basically. And so you have this one kid who's got family issues because he's got a distraught mom and is taking care of 3 younger siblings. And then you have a girl who is mentally unstable. And as we go through the book, we're watching her spiral. She's just getting a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more because she stops taking her medication right at the beginning of the book. And so we're just kind of watching her circle down and down and down, and I'm waiting for the breaking point. And I thought we hit a breaking point, but it wasn't a full breaking point. It was just a minor issue. I don't know how else to describe this book. I want to say things, but I don't know what's giving it away and what's not. Like, Vivi's mom is an artist, but you don't know anything about her dad. I know something about her dad, but when you start the book, you don't know anything about her dad. It's just, I don't know. I've never read a book about a serious mental problem before. I mean, you read stuff and you have your characters have a little something here or there, but nothing like this. This one is definitely a mental disorder type of book. And Chris won't read it with me because she says that she doesn't like mental disorders, and I didn't even know what it was. Let's be real here. I heard the name Emery Lord and it was told, oh, Emery Lord's a really great author. You should read their books. I'm thinking, all right, I'll buy a book or 2. And I think I have 3 of them. I think this is one of 3. I think I have this one. I think I have The Names They Gave Us and The Start of You and Me. And this one, it's got Win in it, so it fits into the thing. And then one of the girls I was talking to, she wants to read it too, and she's also doing the Buzzwordathon, so I'm like, perfect excuse. Needless to say, I have no idea what I'm reading this week, because What We Say Next, I also read this week, and I absolutely adored, and had no idea what it was about. The only thing I knew kind of what it was about was How to Hang a Witch, because I knew it was about a witch in Salem, but that was all I knew. But so far, I'm loving these books. They're extremely good. The only one I didn't like was You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone, and it's sitting on the pile of books, and I'm really seriously considering DNFing it because I just don't care. Those girls annoyed the crap out of me, and I looked them up some stuff on Goodreads, and everyone's like, oh, it's amazing, and I'm just like, these girls are really annoying. And I understand they're going through a lot. I understand that Huntington's is a big deal, but they annoyed me, so I'm really, really considering officially DNFing it and just putting it in the pile to get rid of. because honestly, I've got so many books. Why am I going to read one book that, even though it's got a good subject matter, that I don't like the writing? I don't like the characters. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go for the moment. I just wanted to give you an actual update. Today I am driving my kids to school and they'll be there until 9 o'clock tonight. So I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing today. And then tomorrow we're dropping them off super early and we're gonna go dink around. Maybe we'll go to Sky Zone and jump on trampolines. Okay, maybe not. Elisa's looking at me like, yeah, right. And then we're gonna go to the play because, like I said, there's 3 showings. And so we're gonna go to the matinee tomorrow because there's one tonight, one tomorrow, and one tomorrow night. And we figured the matinee one was good because they would be mostly rested. They wouldn't be worn out from 3 shows. And we can't go tonight because my husband doesn't get off work in time. So tomorrow morning it is. But we'll dink around for a little while before, we're not gonna come all the way home. So we have to drop them off at 10. And then the play starts at noon, so we have like 2 hours. And if we do that, then basically you go all the way home and then turn around, come all the way back because it takes like half an hour to get home. And so we wouldn't be home for long enough to matter. Anyways, what we're probably gonna do is we're probably gonna go get them lunch and then come back and pick them up at 9 again. This is what I'm sleeping with. Isn't it cute? I woke up and I had 2 kitties chilling in bed with me. Yep, those are my girls. And this is my pile of to be read stuff, journals. Yeah, it's a mess. And this is a mess too. Say hi, baby. Look at the baby kitty. Oh yeah, it's a good tummy itch. See, I'm not one of those cats that doesn't like tummy itches. I'm one of those cats that is totally into the tummy itch. Yeah, it's that tummy. This kitty says, you know, I like some snuggles, but really, tummy itch is just not my thing. I just kind of get up and walk away. Unlike my brother who will lash out and scratch you. Oh, yep. That's a good itch, though. Oh, yeah. This one's purring like a little motorboat, though. Say hi, Alice. Yes, now you're famous. You're on the internet. Give them your happy face. Oh, yeah? You don't say. Okay, so I will update you soon. I am planning on finishing this today, probably after I drop the kids off before my husband comes home. So I will let you know when I do. So it is Saturday, March 23rd. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. And right before this, you should have seen some clips of A Good Man, Charlie Brown, which is what we just got done watching. My kids are the lighting crew. So both the spotlighters are my boys. And then my daughter is like an apprentice to learn how to do all the colorful backgrounds with the lighting. And she didn't do much today because she wasn't needed, but they've been teaching her, so she needed to be there just to further her learning experience. But I think it turned out really cute, and I'm not sure how much I can put it in without getting in trouble, but I'll do my best to give you guys some little snippets because they did a really, really good job. And this is a high school production, but they're using the Broadway show as a format for it. And I think they did a really good job. So as far as reading goes, I finished When We Collided last night about 1 o'clock in the morning, so technically this morning, and I was tired and he was passed out, so I wasn't gonna update you guys then, but I figured I would now. I very much liked the book. You could see the mental illness starting to spiral, and you don't really find out for sure what mental illness Vivi has until the middle of the book, but you kind of have guesstimations, and if you know anything about any mental illnesses, you'll probably figure out what she had, because it's kind of obvious, and we all guessed well before they actually told us. And of course, you're gonna see her go through and have a break because she stops taking her pills at the very beginning of the book, and it's kind of obvious where it's going. But I think the way that it gets there is really interesting. So even though as you're starting to read it, you see her chucking her pills right at the very beginning of the book, you know there's gonna be a break coming. You know she's gonna spiral out, you know that she's gonna have a break. But I think that it handled it fairly well. I do know people that have the disorder that she has, so it was kind of interesting to see it through the literary point of view. I did think that the end of the book was a little bit slow, but I'm not surprised it was a little bit slow. I expected it to be I guess a little more fast paced than it was, because the whole rest of the book was very fast paced and the ending just wasn't. But I really like how it ended overall, and I gave it 4 stars. I also got to about 200 pages in What If It's Us? It's the Becky Albertelli, Adam Silvera duo, and it's so far it's really cute. The complaints I've heard about it is that this couple just keeps trying and trying and trying to have a good first date, and it keeps failing, and that they think it's kind of stupid the way it keeps failing. But I think that it was done really well. So it doesn't bother me that they keep having first dates over and over again. I think it's really cute the way it works. And I've also heard the complaint that they use Harry Potter and other fandoms as a crutch. And I don't think they do. I think that's just like a personality type with the characters, because it feels natural. It's really cute, and it's funny, and it's a little embarrassing, and that kind of stuff, just the way it really should be. So I'm enjoying my reading. I have not read at all today. I did pick out my next book to read. At least I think I did, but I don't have it with me. So I will show that to you later. But I just wanted to give you a little update on how the end of the book went and how my Saturday's going so far. So, like I said, it's 2 o'clock. My husband and I are picking up food for my kids because they're going to be at school until 8 or 9 tonight. And then we're going to go out and have dinner and then go home and chill for a little while and just enjoy our Saturday out and about. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, it is Sunday at 3 o'clock and I have an update for you. I finished What If It's Us this morning at like, I don't know, 11 or something. I only had a couple hours left of it this morning, so I just finished it off. But I'm sitting here looking at my pile and I've only got 2 books left on it that are good for this thing. And I don't really want to read them right now. I am in the mood for a normal like romance, and nothing I have is normal romance. I have When the Moon Was Ours, and then I have The Girl From Everywhere. So I don't have much left. So I think I'm just going to cut loose and finish this vlog for you guys and read something else. So I will tell you all about What If It's Us in a second, but I figured I would just run through the other books that I have read so far, as well as the one I DNF'd. So I DNF'd You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. I just didn't like it. The girls were too whiny for my taste. They complained constantly. They were backstabbing. They were mean to each other. And I didn't like it. That's not, I mean, me and my sister have problems, but we're not even twins and we don't have that many issues. And basically I listened to it enough to find out who has Huntington's, and then I quit. I can't do it. So I have a feeling that this is going to go into my permanent unhaul pile. But I will decide that over this next week or so and let you guys know when I do my monthly wrap up. But I'm fairly certain that this book is going to go into the goodbye. So the first full book that I read was How to Hang a Witch. And I read this at school while I was working, and it took me a couple of days to get through, but I really, really enjoyed it. It's about this girl. I already went over this stuff earlier in the video, but just a little recap. It's about this girl. So she moves to Salem, and she is an original descendant of the Salem witch trials. And she finds out what that means for this town and the prejudice that they hold, and just basically what it means to be a Mather in Salem. I really, really liked it. It was definitely one of the top 2 books that I read this week. And I'm looking forward to reading the Titanic because the author has a descendant who is a descendant of a Titanic survivor. So knowing that she's a descendant of the Salem witch trials and the Titanic is really cool. So I want to read the Titanic one so I can see what her take on that one is. But I liked that one a lot. 5 happy stars. The next book that I read was What to Say Next. And this one was another amazing book. It's about this boy who has what used to be called Asperger's, is now on the autism spectrum. He doesn't like to admit it, but that's what he was diagnosed with. And a girl who befriends him. The girl is suffering really bad. She's getting over the loss of a parent and doesn't feel like she can be herself around her normal friends, but she can be herself around David. And it's really sweet. It's really cute. There's ups and downs. It's very satisfying, and it was my other 5-star of the week. And then recently I read When We Collided. When We Collided is about a girl with a mental disorder and a boy that had lost a parent. There's a lot of parental loss going on right now. And how they are there for each other. Kind of. She just moved to this little, it's called Verona Cove. It's this little town in California, right on the beach. And it starts off the book with her carving her name into a tree and then throwing away a pill. And you know, because it's a prescription bottle, that something is going on. And you kind of watch her go through her mental breakdown, I guess. You're not positive what she has at the beginning. You kind of have an idea, and it kind of spells it out for you towards the beginning. So you're kind of guessing, oh, I bet it's this, or I bet it's that. And if you guessed halfway decently, you'll probably guess what it is, because when they said it, we're like, oh, yep, just confirmation that we were right. I did buddy read this one, which I thought it was very fun to buddy read with somebody. Most of the book is extremely fast-paced because she is spiraling out. And it's kind of weird how somebody who's losing all their mental faculties is actually helping another family. She really, really does. She helps Jonah and his family recover from this loss. Right at the very beginning of the book, she's working at this little pottery shop, and Leah and her brother Jonah come in, and Leah's like 5, and Leah is really quiet and won't talk to anybody since the death of their father. And 5 minutes in Vivi's presence and she's laughing. And that happens at the very beginning of the book, and you just see how she's opening up these people and making them happy, and they love watching what she does for Leah, because Leah's only 5, and having somebody who can be there to make her have fun and love life was so huge. I gave this one a 4. I just didn't think it deserved a 5. Most of the book is extremely fast. I normally read about 50 pages a day while I'm at work, because between helping kids and just doing normal stuff, I usually have like a prep period. The teachers have prep periods every day, so I usually have like one prep period and my lunch to read, and maybe a little bit of time while the kids are quietly working, if they're quietly working. So most days I can get about 50 pages read. If they're being real turd monkeys, I can get as little as 10. I had one class for a couple of weeks where I was in special ed, and they are just more hands-on, and there isn't a free period. So I only got to read during my lunch, and I only got about 10 pages read. But on a normal basis, I get about 50. On a really good day where I have amazing kids who are hard at work and really don't need anything, all I have to do is stare at them, twiddling my thumbs, then I usually read those days, and I can read up to 100 pages. I read 165, and not because I wasn't doing anything, but because the book just read that fast. But I found that at the end it really slowed down, and I understand why it did, but it was kind of jarring from the story. And there was parts of it that I didn't like. Nothing I can really pinpoint and say, ooh, this is definitely a big thing, but definitely if you have mental illness issues, if that's a struggle for you, or books that you don't like, because one of my friends doesn't like books about mental illness, which is totally fine. I can't read books about rape. So we all have our thing. So this definitely has mental illness in it. It's definitely got parental death in it. But overall, I really liked it. I don't know. I can't give it 5. Now, the last book that I read, and I finished this morning, is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. And this one was definitely different. Becky's books are always happy. They're always cute, fluffy, very happy. Adam's books are always very serious, often sad, and a little bit heart-wrenching. So I was really concerned about what was going to happen in this book. And it's kind of funny. It's definitely got a little bit of both of their styles in it. I can definitely tell what plot points were which one, and I can pretty much tell you which character was which. I don't know for a fact, and I kind of want to go look and find out, because I'm fairly certain that based on the readings that I've done before, I've read every one of Becky Albertalli's books now, but I've only read one other of Adam Silvera's, and I can pretty much guess who wrote which character. I would love to know if you know who wrote which character, because my intuition says that Adam wrote Ben and that Becky wrote Arthur. And so I want to know if I'm right. I gave it 4 stars. I liked it a lot. There's definitely a lot of fandom in it. I've heard tons of complaints about this book, about how they just keep how their dates are horrible, and why are they even dating at all, and they rely too much on fandom. I didn't agree with that. I think that the reasons that they kept redoing dates was cute, and I think that the fandom added some cute little ha-ha moments to the book, and my kids listened to part of it with me. This is my other audiobook. I listened to two of the 4 books were audiobooks, and 2 of them I read, actually read the books. And I listened to this one. The kids listened to the first couple chapters with me before I went off and listened to a bunch while they were at school doing stuff for their play. And they laughed. And my son's like, I really want to read that now. And I was like, well, it's here. You can read whenever you want. And he was like, okay. So he's all excited about it. He wants to read They Both Die at the End too, which I don't currently have. So eventually I'll have to buy that book for him because he really wants to read it. But I don't know. I gave it 4 stars because I wasn't satisfied with the end. And that just might be me. There might be people out there going, oh, the end was amazing. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not satisfied with the ending. For those of you who have read it, I would love to know if you were or were not. Try to keep it spoiler free though, because I don't want to ruin it for anybody else. But I liked it a lot, so I gave it 4 stars. So I think for the Buzzwordathon, I think I am extremely successful. I read 4 books in 7 days, DNF'd 1 book, and I badly want to read something really stupid and fluffy. And so I'm going to go dive into my stack of romance books and go find something else to read, because I'm just not feeling the books I have right now. And I'm sure they're wonderful. I know one of them I'm almost positive I'm going to love, but I don't want to right now. So I'm not going now. And yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys in another video soon. Let me know if you did the readathon and how did you do, because I'm very curious to find out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.